This conference will now be recorded.
Cool. Hey guys, now today we are going to discussing about the route 53, all the setup and all, how to create a domain and how to create a like as a record set, what type of record set we can integrate, how we are going to integrate it all. We'll see like as basic things. I can't execute anything now, and I'll set up for the same thing with the real example. Okay, we'll create our domain for from one of the third-party app that's a free domain, and we are integrating from that free domain to our route 53 and all. Okay, even we can buy the domain here if you guys want to spend for some amount of for domain. Okay, no need to worry about this. Even we don't need to require that much amount to spend here. It's for practice purpose. The same thing which we are going to with the third party app. Right now, see that all the options like as whatever we had here, we can use the monitoring. We can use for route 53 can be used for load balancing. It can be support. It can be a monitoring for your request servers also. It can be do for like as like routing for the different instances, or like it can be work as a load balancer as well, right? And it can be a geolocation routing we can do. We can use for like a simple routing for multi-value routing. There is a different types of routing it can be support. Where this option we can get and what are the questions which we face in real time also I'll show you. But the hands-on practical I'll show you if it's possible today, or else we'll do in the next class. Anyway, next class only I need to create an Nginx and all those things and to be set it up. Right now I don't have any setup right now. Okay, we'll do that from scratch because of almost 30 minutes ago today. Fine, let me go through this. Let's go for route 53. Even we already discussed about theoretically, right? This route 53, and they will be charged for 0.50 for dollars per monthly. Okay, and even some guys will ask into question like as how we can save AWS, and there is a couple of scenarios we have. Okay, one way we can understand that like as storage, and then how much which is cheap storage and all. Even there is a one thing which I'm using for savings plan. Okay, now what this savings plan will do, and based on your calculation of monthly how much we are using, it will be calculated last couple of months, and even it will be saved for up to 72% of what we are using. It will be lot benefit for you guys. Okay, when I was joined, my company is getting $18,000 for this monthly billing. Now after I'm including this and I'm removing the couple of services, like I terminate the couple of instances which I'm not using for like a daily, and instance type I changed. Couple of things I did, then I around it will come like a 6.5K monthly, like as more like as I deleted like decrease for the 70% of saying for every monthly amount of in my present organization. Okay, that's we can do with all these things. Okay, you can explore for more about savings plan when you go for any giving interview question like a manage level, how we can save your money from AWS resources and all. This is also one option. Okay, just I got to remember, just I'm going to, this is a new one. Okay, this is a new option for AWS. Basically last year we are used this savings plan, not for your savings plan, dude. Okay, don't think it's for AWS savings plan. You just remember that also if someone will ask interview point of view, and even you can explore for this topic about the savings plan. Okay, just read the theoretically what is the savings plan, what kind of savings plan it can be easy to and container based, and maybe like as instance based savings plan we have. Okay, there is a couple of things. Now see here, this is the main dashboard of route 53. This is a create hosted zone, create a policy, create health check, or register domain. Okay, if you don't have a domain, then go and register here. Domain means we already seen, right? If you want to buy the any domain, just go and we can buy directly from here. But it takes maybe 24 hours time activate, but not required. It will be done very fast also. Okay, to register domain, just start by here, like I see here. Okay, if you want whatever you want to do, and you need to be pay for .com. You want like $12 you need to pay for this right away. Okay, for example, let's say I'll do this Madhu Tech something. I'll do this. Check this. It's available or not. Oh my god. Someone already available this website also. Great. GMS Tech Home DevOps. Just I'm doing. No one will buy this. I think so. It is available. Okay. If you add cart, it will be in the add cart. You need to pay, then it will be active for you. Okay. Don't do this right now. I won't do this. I don't want that also. Okay. Then go back to the services. Even if you guys want, you can buy for whatever you want. See here. What type of extension you want your domain. The next what we do, let's create a hosted zone. Oh, hosted zone on last required. Sorry. Yeah, we don't want to hosted zone, right? Get started. Okay. Now register domain, transfer like create a hosted zones and configure the check, create a configure and configure results. Okay. Now register domain. Now we don't have hosted zones. But I need to pay for this $0.50. Okay. It's mandatory. We can't do anything. No. Just what I do, I'm going to use the jmstechhome.com. But I don't have anything right now. Just leave it. The public hosted zone. I'm doing this. Let's create hosted zone. Okay, but I don't configure anything here. Okay, I don't configure anything. So this is my domain. This is the main domain which I created. It will create for like as all these things. Okay, namespaces, all the things here. Even which I bought from some server, I can configure the same namespaces they give here. That namespace I can add here. Okay, where the server is deployed, where the domain server is deployed, and that. Even if you create here, it will be there. But I can't access this from here because of my namespace is not pointed out here. My namespace is not pointed, but still we are paying for this amount. This is a domain which whatever you bought, whatever domain you want, okay, that you need to configure in the hosted zone. Okay, the next what you do, let's create a record set. Create a record set. Now you want to create a like as this is a different kind of routing policy we have. Simple routing policy, weighted routing policy, geolocation, latency, failover, and multi-answer. These are the types of routing policies which we have. And now simple routing policy mostly we used. And here if you want to extension for anything, like as if you want to like as I'll do for www.jmstechhome.com in this scenario. Now this is the A record set. Now there is a different types of record set which we have, right? A record set means it's a root topic with IPv4 address and some AWS resources, and the next AAA resources means it will be IPv6 and CNAME. Router topic with another domain or CNAME the AWS resource. Where exactly I am going to use this mean in real my scenario, I'll tell you this concept. Okay, this is the mostly we used A and then CNAME. These two are mostly we are using in real time. Now let me do this one thing. I'll tell you the real scenario which I'm using, guys. Listen carefully. Okay, for example, let's say I have a one Linux server. I have a one Linux server, one EC2 instance. One EC2 instance I have. EC2 instance having a one IP here. Listen carefully. One IP like as for example 10.0.3.2 something. This is my IP address of my Linux server. Let's think about this. The next what happened? I have a running for multiple containers here. Okay, like as app1 and app2 and app3 and app4, something like that. There is a four apps are running with the same application. Now what happened? App1 has I need a one domain, app2 is I need a one domain, app3 is I need a one domain, app4 is a one domain, right? Understand, guys? I need a four domains for this because of if a pointing like as it will come, it will redirect to here and there. Now what I need to do here, I need to return for different like as there is what I'm using right now. That's what I'm explaining here. Even you can do for many ways also, but whatever I'm using real time I'm going to show you. Means four domains I need to configure in the single machine. Okay, four domains I want to configure single machine. Now what I do, I'm going to configure in the one load balancer in front of this. That load balancer is something I'm going to use for, like here is the nginx I'm going to use here. Okay, in the nginx there is a folder called as conf.d folder. Conf.d folder. In this conf.d folder, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to creating a like as in by default there is a nginx.conf file is there. By default nginx.conf file is there. If you guys are observed, this is what we are modified in the last time when we were discussing about the load balancer, from where I configure. But if you want to different domains, there we need to go for conf.d folder. The next app1 dot like as jmstechhome.com. This is the one domain. Okay, this is the one nginx configuration file I'm going to be configured with the domain name and the port number which is application is running. Okay, and the next one app2.jmstechhome.com, something. This is my domain. And the third one, app3.jmstechhome.com. This is the 4 engine, and everything is a .conf file is there. Okay, domain name with the conf. Okay, like mandatory. Okay, like .conf here also. All these 4 app, I give the 4 configuration file here. I'll show the real time. Wait for some, like maybe tomorrow I'll show this. Okay, now this 4 configuration file I need to be configured, like as 4 configuration file for 4 applications. Now here I run it. Now when I restart the after configure this configuration file, you need to be restart your Nginx. Once it is restart, these domains are you configured in your like as in your record set here. From there, first record set, for example, let's say app1. Now from this app1, what I'm going to point out here for this server for app1.jmstechhome.com. jmstechhome.com. This is the domain name. I need to point out to the first domain. Like as any domain you can point out, but for more meaningful purpose, I'm going to point out the 10.0.3.2. Okay, this is where I'm going to use the A record set. Is that clear, guys? I like as domain with the like as your IPv4 address that I'm going to use the A record set. Is that clear? Where we exactly using the A record set? Guys, clear? Only one domain. The next domains, like as there is a couple of domains are there. Can I use the same? Obviously, 100% you can use. Obviously, you can use for this different like as same IP for multiple domains. Even that is also possibility. But what we do is basically I'm going to point out like as app2.jmstechhome.com, jmstechhome.com. Okay. The next what I'm going to do, I'm going to point out with the app1.jmstechhome.com. Okay, this is the another domain which I'm pointing this. This time I'm going to use the CNAME here. This time I'm going to point out like as from one domain name to another domain name, which we are going to use the CNAME. Like as one domain name to IP address, I'm going to configure with the IP address. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Now when I search this domain, what are the domains which you configure in the same mission? Everything will be come up with the one. When you search or something like this here, everything will be appear in the one place. Like as how what is the main domain for this? What is the CNAMEs which you are configured for this? Even though you can do for this like a multiple domains the same IP, that is also will work. That is also will work. But you can use for this is a very good way of to using for the domain name sets, record sets. Is it clear? That is the one place. That is the one place. And next we can use for here. Okay, let me route53. That is a place which I'm using in real time. Route53 in load back. Okay, I'm trying to show you with the real example with the load balance. You can have the like as one service to another service, like as for example route53 to domain name to with our AWS services. Okay, you can use here. Okay, you can see that first API gateway. API gateway is the one service which we are using for mostly in route53 place. In API gateway, which I'm going to use for this here is that okay, here is the choose alias API gateway. Okay, route53 topic is that alias route53 we can going to be use this here. Okay, that is the one alias name we can use here. And CloudFront, and I forgot to show you something for you guys. I got a cloud. Last class we discussed a CloudFront, right? Again, just I'm trying to show you like as last time it was redirect to the S3, right? After some hours it will be activate this CloudFront. I discussed with the last class. I'm moving from another topic. Don't confuse anything, but just want to show this again. I forgot. What I'm tagging is CloudFront this time again. Like small output I want to show you. Okay. You guys remember, guys? You guys remember? Last class we discussed about CloudFront, and when you create a CloudFront domain and it will redirect from it will be S3, right? Load front URL, if even if you can use this, it will redirect to the S3 because of the domain mapping. It takes some time. Now what I do, see, after some time, the same thing. Now it will be use the like domain name. Sorry, nothing here. Now let me object name. Here that is not public or anything. Now we can directly from access from your Cloud front itself. Cloud front URL. There is no redirect with the S3. If you guys are observed here. Clear, guys? Clear now? That's what. After some time it will be activated for your DNS. Okay. That is what trying to show you. Okay, that's fine. That's done. The next. Come back here. Come back again to our topic. Okay. Where is that? I'm going to discussing about here, right? Okay. Just want to show that that's the this I read about the cloud front, right? That's the reason I got the point there. Okay. No, see here. No. The policy here. Routing must choose the application routing policy. For more information, enter the domain name and then you want to use the routing policy with the cloud front distribution. The default value is name of the hosted zone. For example, this one. Okay. Now choose an alias to cloud front distribution. This we can use for the choose the IPv4 with alias. IPv4 with record type is the A type with the IPv4 cloud front. So with alias name with alias. Okay. Fine. That is for IPv6. If you are using IPv6, they can use this accept default no. Okay, that is a health check. Even if you want, you can use the default no health checks also. Clearly show this for example. Okay, then next another one, EC2 instance. This is just now I discussed. For EC2 instance, what is the mean? What is the record set I need to be create here? Okay, now it's a choose type record set is the A type IPv4. A type IPv4. This is the record set which I discussed just now. And the elastic bean stack. Okay, elastic bean stack. This is a PaaS platform. Hello. This is the CNAME. Elastic beanstalk is the CNAME. I'm going to be use the record type. And the next very important exam question this is. Okay, lot of confused. Even me, I read many times this concept. I written like as cloud front API gateway and all this name. I've written the service name and which is the record type. I need to give this. Minimum 2 questions will come in the exam point of view. This minimum 2 questions will come in the exam point of view like as which kind of record set for which service here. It's a very confusing for me. Okay, this RDS and ELB and then S3. You will forget a record set with alias names and something you will have. Go for ELB. See this scenario. Why this is zooming automatically? Okay, this is the record set created to specify the following values. Okay, routing policy applicable for this. Even they're saying that go here and checking. No, basically this is for choose A type is the IPv4 address. Okay, alias like as load balancer is for IPv4 address only for load balancer also. Okay, and RDS RDS is the CNAME type. RDS is the CNAME type. And Amazon S3 bucket website. It's a IPv4 address only. Record set type is the IPv4 address only. Understand, right? Guys, different services are different types which we are going to use for our in our record set to redirect your domain to this. If you are using for a load balancer, even you can use for the a record set like as jms techhome dot and this load balancer URL. Okay, and the next RDS means again IPv4 like that. Okay, like CNAME, RDS for CNAME, S3 for a record set. Understand, guys? Understand? What is the CNAME for where we need to place means what are the domain name which we are accessing our application, right? Load balancer name and like as endpoint of RDS, those things. Instead of that, we can access for your domain name, like as what are the domain name which you configure, like a jmstechhome.com, like that, right? Like that. Clear, guys? Clear?
No, Madhu, can you repeat again? Got confused.
Just what I'm saying that, for example, let's say, let me show you something. Maybe load balancer I deleted, I think so. I think let me go for RDS. I had RDS, maybe RDS also I removed it, I think so. Let me try. Like as one service want to talk service, like as which kind of record set we want to choose, that's what I'm trying to show you. Okay, like based on your service, the type of record set we are going to be choose here. Understand, right? That's what I'm discussing this time. Now let me go back here. Okay. Just wait. For example, RDS is there. Okay, for example, RDS is there. For RDS, what to do, we need to select for CNAME. Okay, for this CNAME, how we are going to configure for your, with you want to, instead of this default endpoint you want to access, instead of exposing this default endpoint, we can name for your name. Okay, this is the word default endpoint, right? Now what we are going to do, let's go for record set here, AWS here. Now give this for like as MySQL.
Some.com.
MySQL, no, some.com. You are like as this is whatever the host name will come, that host name definitely will come. Whatever hosted zone we created, right? That will be extension will come here. Understand?
Okay.
Like whatever it may be, like as dev, staging, and whatever it may be. If a production is just we give the www, something like that. Now here is that we can give the, here is the CNAME. Okay, CNAME, and we see if it change CNAME, even it will be got changed here. Okay. Now that time what you need to do, we need to go and select for the RDS this endpoint. Okay. Now that time we can give the RDS endpoint here. Clear? The next
Okay,
create a
so
record set. So how we can access, instead of this, we can access for our database using the MySQL jmstechhome.com. Understand?
okay, so that means whatever service we will have to configure in as a record, we will have to put here, like RDS, we can put the CNAME over here.
Yeah, this is what we need to point out. Like as when accessing MySQL jmstechhome.com, it will talk to the CNAME name. That CNAME is, this is the what. Okay. Understand?
Yeah.
That also that tomorrow even you will get a more clear for this exactly. Okay. Now even though till now what happened, every application if you deploy like as maybe ALB, maybe EC2, maybe Tomcat, whatever we deployed till now. Okay, and Docker application, whatever we deployed, what we are doing, we are taking a public domain name or IP. Yes or no? Domain name or IP, right? This is the way we are accessing application through the browser, right? Now instead of this, I'm going to configure with my domain. My domain means, for example, jmstechhome.com, something like this. I want to access with this using where we have installed that IP address or maybe public domain. Instead of accessing, I'm accessing this domain. This domain will be talked to the my DNS which we configure with the IP address of EC2 with the record set of A. Understand, right?
So then for S3, actually they have given a record set as IPv4, right? But for S3 we will be getting URL, right?
That's what even that will work for the IP also. Like as this is what they are talking about. Okay, not for the URL. Even some URL, some services we can configure with the CNAME also. Okay, that's what they are giving this example syntax. Okay, even that domain we can configure using for like as IPv4. Not only IPv4 address we can use this IPv4 address. We can choose for this S3 type is the website domain endpoint we can use for this. Like as choose a with the IPv4. Okay, it treated as a like as instance. Okay, serverless instance. Understand, right? It's
Yes, sir.
treated
Yes,
as a serverless instance.
okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah. That's a very important for you. Like today, you guys may be a little bit confused. What I do tomorrow, we take for one like EC2 mission. Okay, the same thing which I'm going to show you, right? The same thing which we do. Okay, we'll do tomorrow with the real-time stuff here. Because of I don't want to buy the domain here, we'll take a free domain. Like what we do first, create a free domain. Okay, some like a freedom.com, and the next configure this domain to AWS route 53. That is possible. Okay, like even this is one of the important question, like as exam question also. Can I configure for third-party domains to in our AWS? Yes, it's a true false question they'll ask. Okay, this is one of the important exam question. Even I faced this question in the exam also. Okay, the next one is that what is that? The next we can create a EC2 instance. Create a EC2 instance. Create a EC2 instance, and the next, create container. Create a container. Your wish, like as what a container, or maybe let's do the like real one. Okay, set up Jenkins container. Set up Jenkins container. Is that fine, right? Set up a Jenkins container. Now I want to access with this, and then one more also. Let me make a some more like a soap also. Okay, I want to access domain with SSL. Means I want to access with my domain with the HTTPS like do a domain name. For example, if I configure like this, like okay, I guess it maybe okay, like jmstechhome.com, right? This is like some domain, exam domain. Okay, now here is that Jenkins dot like something domain.com. If I want access, my Jenkins server should be accessed instead of your public domain or anything. Understand, right? This is the exactly real time which we have set up for all our servers basically. Really guys, who will listen this class, they will be understand complete real time how the websites are they deployed, how the we accessing our facebook.com, how the every application we are accessing directly from this domain name instead of accessing the IP address and the public IP. Completely will understand, end to end you will understand. Understand, right?
Madhu, we can use multiple containers also, right?
Yeah, like, that's what this example I shown, right?
Yeah.
This is what example I shown here. Okay, from there I'm going to use configure config that I'll show that tomorrow with real time. I'll show this tomorrow real time configuration which I made. Okay, I'll show this tomorrow. Clear? Who are joining real classes, live classes, they will get more knowledge, guys. 100% I'll give this. Okay.
Yeah,
Clear?
sure, Madhu.
Yeah.
Yes.
1 second. I'm stopping this recording. I want to talk something. Don't sign off.